Finally made it to a place I've been wanting to revisit for ages. Can you guess where it is? Yes, I'm back in Buxton. Despite the beautiful blue skies and sun today, it's quite a nip in the air. Certainly autumn is definitely on its way. You can see in the pavilion park here, some of the trees are starting to turn. Sun casting nice shadows through the leaves as they turn into the autumn colours. But first of all, through the car park and up into the hills. Morning guys, how the devil are you? Or maybe I should say afternoon. And because I've left a little bit late today, I only get 2 days off at the moment, and one of those days is usually taken up with shopping and household chores, etc. So I'm out on the Friday and had a bloody good sleep last night, which makes a change for me. So I was, in one way, just glad to stay in bed and make the most of it. But I am out. It's like now 1 o'clock, it's just gone. It takes an hour to get to Buxton anyway on the train, so gonna make the walk that I've done in the past a little bit shorter today. Just coming out of Buxton on the main road west here, and then I'm going to do a shortcut across through a farm and hopefully take out not only a couple of miles of the route that I normally do, but also quite a lot of elevation. So wish me luck. I'll see you once I'm off this main road. So normally I would continue up that road here, but this one down to the right, if I think I'm right, is Bishop's Lane. So this is the shorter version of the walk. Oh, look at that quaint old post box there. So down Bishop's Lane, and this should cut off a huge chunk, and I'll try not to get run over in the process. I always seem to find myself walking down these long avenues with trees overlapping, creating almost a roof of a canopy, as you can see behind me, and continues straight ahead of me as well. I imagine that this road, Bishop's Lane it's called, would have, or perhaps still does, lead to some kind of mansion house, some kind of grand property. I've never actually made it to the end because my path that takes me up into the hills veers off to the left, but maybe one day I'll continue up that way and see what happens. But it is wonderful. I mean, there's lots of green still, as you can see behind me there, but certain species of trees are just starting to change into yellows and oranges and reds, and I'm glad I've caught the beginning of it, and hopefully, touch wood, I'll be able to come back in another week or two's time and see it in full swing before all the leaves drop. I'm also, talking of wood, looking for a little bit of wood today because I have brought my burner with me again, my stove, my new stove, and so if I do find something, I've got a little something to cook up, if I can find a secluded place away from prying eyes, and so that's what I'll be doing later. And boy, I'm looking forward to it because I'm starving, not had any breakfast. Let's see. It's great that the owner or the farmer has left these huge majestic trees standing in the field. They must get in the way, I suppose, sometimes, but what a beautiful combination it is with the blue sky, white clouds, the meadow, and the trees are just as they're changing. So halfway up this hill, and the road continues, but now I'm going to go up here up this huge staircase to the top of a hill. Wish me luck. It's only when you reach the top of the hill that you remember just how high it was and how high you are now. And I seem to remember in a previous video I said it's only down from now on, which is pretty much true. Down over in the distance in the valley there, the old High Peak and Cromford Railway exits the tunnel, and I'm going to spy that out as a potential wild camping spot and also maybe have some food there, so let's see. Well, here I am at the old railway tunnel exit. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to set up my stove here because there's a cyclist just over there, and I'm reluctant to start cooking on a fire when other people are looking, in case they think I'm irresponsible and going to set fire to the place or whatever. Anyway, and sadly that's looks like it's going to be the way it goes today. As you can see ahead of me and in the distance, which you probably can't work out on the camera, there's this old railway path is festooned even on a Friday daytime with loads of people walking dogs and pushing prams, which is great, and there's nowhere to hide. You know, up on top of the moorlands, especially this side of the valley, there's just no coverage, no trees. Oh, it's great to be alive, guys. I know I say that every time. And when you see things like this, look at the green, look how verdant that moss is growing on there. Just amazing. That tiny little rock covered in all this luscious green material. It looks lovely. Wish I could shrink myself and walk amongst it. Well, that's the railway mountaintop section of it done anyway, and as you come around this corner, that welcome view that I remember from previous walks, as the road just dips down, disappears in fact, down into the valley towards the reservoirs. And as you can see, it is much more wooded on the other side. So my plan is, because of the number of dog walkers and walkers generally that have been up on that top path, and the lack of cover, you know, because if I'm burning wood, it's going to make smoke anyway. Get a little bit further into the walk alongside the reservoirs. Possibly cut across the bridge that goes across between the two reservoirs, and get over to that more wooded, secluded part the other side. I'm concerned, of course, that I don't want whatever I've got in my bag to cook to start going off, but should be fine, and hopefully by then I'll be more looking forward to it and starving, hopefully. So I never tire of seeing this view, just beautiful, and I have to go to the Lake District soon because that's what it reminds me of. And my mum actually said, I don't suppose you'll see many flowers out and about now with it being autumn, but there we go, spotted one little thing here. Flower with the bell shape and a quite a pale, almost white stamen in the middle. Let's see if she can identify that later. Finally made it down to the reservoir. The one that you can see in front of you is Reservoir Reservoir. Some great big sump thing there, like I saw over at the Hadfield reservoirs. Lovely seeing the sun glinting on the water. But I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go my normal way because I can't seem to get across and immediately to the right So I'll go this way, go the normal way. Yeah, so in hindsight, guys, the beach on the reservoir is not flat, it's difficult to put a stove, too many people. Even during the day, you know, when people should be at work, there's loads of old folk just walking the dogs and cyclists still. It's like the canals during lockdown. So in hindsight, I would have gone to Glossop or somewhere where I know the top of the hill is a bit more remote next time. So, no hot food yet. Not found the right place, too many people. Making do with the Snickers. Which, let's be honest, are always good. And we'll at least fill a goal. Fill a goal? Fill a gap? Fill a hole? Fill a goal. Until, if and when I can get the burner going. Nice refreshing cold coffee. And a beautiful view. So, not everything is too bad. So, saw another little footpath off to the left from after the reservoirs, off to the left, and it's brought me down to the river, which continues obviously from the reservoirs. And I was hoping to find somewhere new down here that might be suitable for the stove next to the river. There's a dog walker behind me, however, and now I've committed to this path. Normally I'd be up there on the road that you can just about hear in the distance over the top of the hill, and so it looks like I'm foregoing that route today, which probably wouldn't have lent itself to somewhere to cook, and in turn instead I'm coming down here. There's very dark river valley bottom, lots of flies, and it is signposted to Whaley Bridge, so it's nice to be trying a new route. Signpost, so obviously it does go to Whaley Bridge, which is my destination, and I'll see where it takes me. In the meantime, it's a very dark, dim, dingy river bottom there, and disappointed with myself maybe for choosing the wrong place, but you know, you live and learn. I've had a Snickers and a coffee, so if I've wasted a couple of sausages, a couple of rashers of bacon and some black pudding because they've been out of the fridge too long, you know, so be it. I've had a good day out, and just have to treat myself to something later. Glorious colours though along this footpath, the greens and the oranges, yellows and browns and reds all shining in the light together, the early evening light, and obviously it's winter is round the corner, so the sun's going down a lot earlier. I think roughly 7 o'clock these days. So, oh, look at this though, lovely. Oh, which way? Down here, I presume. Oh, that'd be a nice little place, wouldn't it? Just to put the stove, but I'm also wary that in a forest under the canopy like this, the It's not going to be much soil, it's all going to be leaf detritus and pine cones and needles and stuff, and the last thing I want to do is set fire to the Goyt Valley. Anyway, onwards ho! They're a lovely coloured beast, aren't they? Look at them all just lounging around. Haven't you got grass to eat, guys? Whoa! Yeah. Lazy gits. Big beasts as well, aren't you guys? Obviously a couple of young ones there as well. Oh, lovely colour.